right, last video before the light gets worse here. This one I want to talk about the description of business environment, the business environment, and the technical nature of the thing. So the business idea is it's in the climbing world. It's a safety device. It's a pretty much a safe device. I think it's like represents a whole new level of safety over what has happened before. I have a lot of belief in the product. The original idea, well, the method of this safety improvement is not mine. It came from a former climbing coach of mine, but then the ideas have been mine after that, and the way to productize it has been my idea. Now, the industry seems interesting. So it is a very competitive industry. There are some big players, very powerful big players, and they seem to be a mix of either focusing on so they all have some, they all, so the basic structure of them would be they have their marketing aspect where they market and they have athletes, like professional climbers doing all types of crazy stuff. Instagram photos and likes and personality, right? They have that going on. And of course, there's some sort of differences in who they sponsor and, athletes you hear about because of their climbing feats, which are real, and then people might think of the brand from that. So they got that link. It's highly, highly, it's like, oh, who's that athlete? Oh, that's this brand athlete. Oh, that's that brand athlete. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if they compete against each other or whatnot? It's like it's as strong as the brand, relationship as it's like a sports team. Maybe not as much, but it's there. And then the next one is the technical aspect. So they have huge teams running engineering and mechanical design, product design, and they make these products that are meant to be the best in class, and that's incredibly competitive. Personal people they sponsor are incredibly competitive. They're climbing up sheer blanks of wall with no rope and doing all types of crazy stuff, risk of death type of stuff. And then you have the technical aspect, which is also incredibly competitive. It's all about what's the latest innovation. Who can glue the seams, not stitch the seams, so there's less holes, or who's using this kind of quality of this and quality of that. And then it's very technical, the technical nature of the industry. It's safety, right? It's resisting force. It's materials. It's aluminium. It's steel. It's how those materials feel on you as a person. It's like product meets person. It's very, 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 very competitive. That being said, though, that there is a few companies which I've found that sort of just do run-of-the-mill stuff. That the way that people have been doing stuff, it's fine. So they produce things that are not incredibly advanced or not like game-changing, but they produce them, I guess, to plug the gap of people just wanting to do a certain activity. And they seem to be quite local. Like you have a local producer in these countries, in that country, and maybe they're cheaper than the ones that are more dominant, but especially, there are companies in France, the States, Germany, of course, Switzerland, Austria, Czech Republic. Italy. It's where like a lot of the brands come from that really sort of dominate these fields. So they have very stiff, strong competition. There's just, I read when they're doing their patents, right? I'm reading their patents and I can see who they are, where they come from, all the money they're spending. They're just dumping, a lot of investment. The UK, I forgot the UK. Like a lot of their money just goes straight to reinvestment. I don't think it's a high cash flow. The ones that make just like the products to sell to people in their local markets, I think they have higher cash flows, but at least the dominant ones, all their money goes into sponsoring athletes or into R&D, getting things lighter, more durable, more ergonomic, better for the consumer safer, all this kind of stuff. So it's super difficult. And that's why whenever I talk to people that don't know climbing, don't know the idea, they're like, Carlo, that's I had another video about that. But yeah, they're just like, that sounds crazy. And it does. And you gotta have some level of overconfidence to be able to step into such a competitive field as is, both technical side and the athlete side, and like distribution wise and whatnot. So it's pretty intense. But I think I can win it. I'm confident. I'm yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just want to try and see what happens. Below 5K, below 10K. Like, yeah, it's a bit rich saying that, huh? But I mean, like, if you got the position to do it and you have the ability to do it, then you may as well try. Cool. That's about it. Just so you get an idea of the field and the challenges and the opportunities that we'll go through if you're watching. Cool. Cheers.